Hey everyone! Welcome to a special.
That was a really strong.
Welcome to a special Shrove Tuesday.
It's Shrove
Rooster Teeth
Tuesday.
Podcast.
Yay!
It's the Pancake Podcast.
This is the second
I'm very
annual
excited.
Pancake
How happy-
Podcast. Wait. For listeners who were not here for last year's Shrove Tuesday podcast,
Fuck you! You weren't here last year. You're
welcome.
A bitch.
Not fuck you, but welcome. Gavin, what is Shrove Tuesday?
Shrove Tuesday is the day before Ash Wednesday, where you eat a load of stuff, because it's the day before you start fasting for Lent, so you shove it all down.
So
You eat
apparently
pancakes.
it's a crazy British holiday
In England, we call it Pancake Day.
that you just eat pancakes all day.
Yeah.
It's Shrove Tuesday. We're live streaming on Monday, obviously, but the podcast actually comes out on Tuesday.
So 1 year ago,
Shrove Tuesday.
Comes out on Shrove Tuesday.
1 year ago, we celebrated by having pancakes on the podcast, and the year before that, you all ridiculed me, saying that it wasn't a real thing. How happy are you that it was for real?
I am so happy.
I'm very happy.
Burnie told me it was the pancake
The Pancake Podcast.
the pancake podcast this week, and I was like, so excited. Last year was my
Yeah,
favorite
Barbara
podcast.
instantly turned to me and said, I'm on that, right? I was like, you want to be? She's like, yes.
I did. I walked into her
Absolutely.
office and I said, "Bobunk, it's the pancake."
Words are hard.
We tried to get.
I'm very happy because we're making lots and lots of pancakes.
We tried to get you a chef's hat before. and,
Yeah, we
failed
did.
miserably. One thing
Nowhere
I've
carries a
noticed-
chef hat. Nowhere.
One thing I've noticed about, because we went in your Tesla, you have the worst graph of probably any Tesla driver ever. Like, imagine it's like, when you're coasting, it like recharges, so
Yeah.
it dips into green.
It's a
His
graph
is
of
just
the
like,
energy usage.
His is hovers in the middle and just goes like, and it is never good.
It looks
Worst
terrible.
graph ever.
It's always great. It's always totally fine.
How could you not drive like that in a Tesla, though?
It's fun. Whoa! I almost took down our whole table. Sorry, Barb.
Almost. Worth it for pancakes.
Worth it for pump.
What is the first pancake going to be? Should we
I
introduce
have
ourselves?
red velvet as an experiment, but we have lots of different toppings here. I have last year the big success was the s'mores pancake,
Well, you can't go wrong with that.
graham cracker and chocolate and marshmallow cream. So we have that again. We have a red velvet pancake, which I mixed up here. We have a peanut butter and banana. We have peanut butter and Nutella, and then we have all sorts of different chips like peanut butter chips and chocolate chips, and even cookie dough.
You don't have Nutella, remember?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have Nutella. I have Nuddle.
Wait,
Noodle.
what?
Noodle. They modified all my brands.
Oh,
Like my peanut butter is GIF.
GIF.
That is not Jif. That is GIF.
GIF.
Could someone make a GIF of the GIF?
We pronounce it properly. Although we didn't get that. And Gavin actually went out and got syrup, chocolate syrup, and Barbara's very insulted.
What?
What's wrong with it?
What?
It just
Original syrup.
It says original syrup.
It doesn't even say maple on it.
It's original. This is before maple.
Who's first? Who wants pancake?
I'll take a pancake.
What do you want?
Chocolate chip me.
Okay, the order will go Gus, Gavin, Barbara, Gus.
All right. I love it.
You're not having one?
Yes.
He will
I am the
definitely-
second
He's
guess.
the pancake master. He gets pancakes whenever he wants.
It's true.
Oh, that's
not good.
goopy.
We
Don't look at
fucked
it
up.
all.
Next year, we gotta have a pancake cam that's over the griddle, pointed straight down so you can see pancakes
like
as
the
they
the
cook.
chop
Genius.
cam at Rudy's.
Absolutely.
You should never point out the fact that we're never prepared for this stuff. That we
That's
did all this stuff.
Well, look at all this other preparation we
A
have.
minute ago.
This
That's
is
a
way more
curdled-
prepared than we are for
Thank
anything.
you to Kara and the interns for getting all this stuff today.
We
They
could
were
just
awesome.
hold an iPhone and AirPlay it.
That's
And that
true.
would be our
But then one
challenge.
of us would have to be standing up. We wouldn't have a mic.
I'll just go like this the whole time.
One of us would have to stand, physically get
Get an
up.
intern over here to stand. So I'm sure everyone's excited. Last night was the Oscars.
Oh
Big
my
news.
God.
Everyone watched. Everyone retweeted a fucking photo over 2 million times. Congratulations, internet. You can follow directions.
You're really mad about that.
I'm
Gus
really
was
mad about
really
that.
incensed about the fact that Ellen DeGeneres...
Because she called it out. She
Right.
said, let's make the most retweeted photo in history. And everyone fucking plays along. Why can't I do that? Look at it. There it is. Why are we even showing it? Fucking piece
Was
of
that
shit.
an advertisement for the phone?
Yes,
That's,
absolutely.
that's Julia Roberts.
I like how later that night, or was it earlier, she tweeted something from an iPhone.
It was throughout the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there were two different times she had like that Samsung device out.
Yeah.
Once on stage and then that like selfie and then
But
her
then she did
backstage
pictures,
stuff
yeah.
was from an iPhone.
Twitter for iPhone.
Funny about it to me is that people were calling out the fact that she was using a Samsung phone, but then tweeting from an iPhone, like product placement with Samsung. Twitter is also product placement. Like people don't.
Yeah.
We just accept it as like a service, so it's like we can just talk about it.
Well, I think the reason people point that out is Samsung has
They
had
got it for free.
well, Samsung has had a bad track record with their sponsors or with people that they pay to use their products. Like they had that Spanish football player who sent a tweet about how much he loved his Samsung Galaxy from his iPhone. David Beckham, I think, was recently paid to be like their global brand ambassador.
Oh,
There he
yeah.
is, and he's at the Super Bowl with his fucking iPhone. It's like, come on, people. If you're accepting their money, you're accepting their check. You're the public face of their
Yeah,
fucking product. Use the goddamn
No,
product.
because
guess what? I've got a fucking nature box back here.
Here's the
we
issue.
eat this shit all the time.
Here's
We
the issue.
do.
He's David Beckham. He doesn't want to have to use a Samsung for a year. He's David Beckham.
I know, but he
when
took
you're
the
in
money.
public,
Take the
at
money.
least.
He took the
I think
money.
it's fine.
It's raining again. Great.
I think the
Our
best
fo-
story of that is Britney Spears was like the spokesperson for Pepsi for a really long time, and she was seen drinking a Coke like publicly all the time. I don't remember.
Which, by the way, is a huge deal.
Yeah.
But the brand confusion between Coke and
Coke and
Pepsi,
Pepsi.
nobody confuses those two things anymore at all.
So-
but, like, they work so hard to make sure you don't get confused between Coke and Pepsi.
Speaking of Coke and Pepsi, you texted me the other day.
I did.
The Double Daves down here by our office got rid of the Coca-Cola Freestyle.
Yeah, they're at Coca-Cola.
machine.
They're Infinity
gone.
machine. Yeah.
What?
Because now they sell Pepsi products. So there's just a Pepsi soda fountain
is
there.
there Pepsi freestyle?
No, I
in it?
asked her why it was. The girl at the register.
Oh,
I
you
asked her.
did?
I go, why'd you get rid of the fancy Coke machine? She goes, it kept breaking. And then she leans in and she goes, and we're super cheap. so I don't know what that was. I always assume those cartridges for that thing are more expensive.
Was she the girl with the swastika tattoo?
No.
What?
That girl is cute.
Why does she have a
Whoa.
swastika tattooed on her?
What's that?
It's on her arm.
Maybe it's an ironic swastika. Did you ever think about that?
Tattooed on yourself?
Do you think anyone's ever had an ironic swastika tattooed on
I'm
them?
sure.
I'm betting no.
I would think so.
Like
No.
the one guy who's like in line with all the other SS troops and he's like, I'm totally just playing along. It's just a big gag.
What happened to that first pancake?
I don't know that she had a. I ate it. I don't know. It came out wrong, and I didn't want to subject you guys to my wrong
That stuff
pancake.
looks curdled.
No, I just didn't like shake it up enough. I
You
was
want me to
getting
shake it?
self-conscious, Gavin, that I'm on camera doing this. Now I'm doing it without the thing, but like I was shaking this, and it was. I should have just like.
What
gone
did it
with
like
it.
when you put it in your mouth?
What?
Nothing.
Could you
Wait.
do that with the GIF?
There's a whole subreddit dedicated to Barbara eating pancakes on the last pancake podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
It's called Sex Pancakes.
Do people monk off to that?
It's maybe
Have you monked off to it?
No. Why would you
only
ask?
twice.
Oh, you're talking Barbara. Sorry.
But remember last year you dared me to shove an entire pancake in my mouth,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
The
did
whole
it.
subreddit is just gifs of that.
And they did a close up on me. So nice of you guys, by the way. Thank you. And I think Gus made a comment. He's like, "Our sex pancakes," and that's the subreddit.
It's not very active, to say the least.
No, it will be after this though.
It's
Hopefully.
active one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one day a year.
When-
Yep.
Well, we should point out that you call it Shrove Tuesday
Yeah.
in England, but we call it Fat Tuesday here in America. Like today is Mardi Gras, right?
Yes.
It's the same day.
Right.
The day before Lent.
Where
Right.
are the beads?
But you call it Ash Wednesday, right?
We call it Ash Wednesday.
Which is from the Bible.
Yes.
yes.
Shrove Tuesday, from the Bible.
I don't know about that.
It is.
I don't think that is there
I-
part
I'm-
of the fast where it's like fuck off on this day, like just do whatever you want to.
And
There's
the
not-
Lord said, "Shove thy face with pancakes." I think it's in there. Is the exact quote.
That was at the Last Supper.
I feel like that would be the American translation.
S'mores pancakes. But I want to talk about this Ellen DeGeneres thing in real quick if we can show it. I don't know if I got the picture that I sent Patrick, but I think this is like a metaphor for social media as a whole. Like you're mad that Ellen DeGeneres said everybody retweet this thing, and everybody did. But there's another side to that picture, which is everyone facing the camera is a super famous person. The other angle is people trying to get in the photo and not getting in the photo. Like there's Liza Minnelli in the dark blue dress on the right, trying to get in the photo and not getting in. And then later, Ellen DeGeneres, I guess that thing went viral on its own. Ellen DeGeneres and her staff must have notified her. She felt bad, and she went and took a photo directly with Liza Minnelli.
Did
and
not
later
get 2
tweeted
million.
that photo.
Did not get 2 million retweets.
That didn't, but it got like 60,000 retweets, which is not shabby.
I guess that's good.
As if these people aren't famous enough.
I got a flip.
So one of the other side effects of them doing that was they broke Twitter for a while. Like if you tried to load Twitter on your phone, or it would
that
say
whale again.
it would
From all
say
the
Twitter
retweets?
error, and then if you try to do it on the website, it just had a message that said technical difficulties and had like a robot.
Really?
Yeah, it was down for like probably like close to 5 minutes.
That's the
Did
first
they
time
retire
I've
the
seen...
fail whale? They got rid
yeah,
of
the
that?
fail whale. They said they deleted it some time ago. I think fail whale went away
When they went public?
Yeah, it was before they went public. I think fail whale went away probably about 2 years ago now. They made a kind of a big deal about deleting the image, so it's no longer on their server.
Is it true that...
See, you like how I talked through that? You gave you an in. I talked a lot on purpose to let our intern get in there and restock your pancake juice.
But then you fucking
then you
mentioned
mentioned
it.
it.
Then you mentioned it and fucked it all up.
But no one saw
bragging.
her. Fucking, I didn't break the illusion.
Until you damn illusion.
Or did I?
Gus
true
just
that
does
they
it
lost?
just so we can break it.
They lost a bunch of money.
Dude, so I'm glad you brought this up. It's one of the things I want to talk about tonight. So Twitter announced that in the fourth quarter of last year, they lost $500 million.
And then what? They bought 2 log
Then
cabins.
they bought 2
or
log
something?
cabins so their employees could eat. Like they bought 2, I think, turn of the century, like late 1800, early 1900 log cabins.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one of them. So that they can use as like a commissary for their employees.
It's like
Why? Did they have
crap.
so many people they had to go hunt food?
To me, that is the most random thing. Twitter bought log cabins.
On the day they announced $500 million was lost in a quarter.
Barbara, welcome to Logic of Silicon Valley.
So they had.
Honestly.
Did they have that money?
No. It's just like that's money that they spent in operating cost.
And it's a loss. They made no
They
profit.
lost it. They lost that amount of money.
How much money did they make with?
You mean
forget
how
about-
much revenue did they have?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me look that up. For
They
you.
can probably tell you. The problem with Twitter is definitely the revenue side of things, though. Like, they need to find ways to generate revenue at that company.
I was talking about how crap your graph was in your Tesla. That's a crap graph.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money.
You do not want this graph in your fucking dashboard.
Especially considering that they're, a public company now, and their shares were barely affected by the fact that they lost $500 million in a quarter.
So they're immune, basically. They're
Yeah.
immune to any news.
Yeah, that's like, if a movie lost $500 million, it would, like, potentially bankrupt a studio, when that,
So
when that
what
kind of
would
thing happens.
what would cause the Twitter share price to go down?
Um,
If the CEO raped a child, I guess it would go down.
I'm trying to think, like, what's something that recently dropped? Like, obviously, Bitcoin is going through a crisis, Usually it's just like if they have projections, like Twitter might have said, hey, we're going to lose $500 million, and then they come back and say, oh, guess what? We only lost $450 million. And we're like, well, that's better than expected.
Yeah, so revenue for their fourth quarter was $243 million. It was an increase of 116% compared to the $112 million in the same period last year.
Dude, that's actually really good. I didn't know their revenue was up to $250 million. So their expenditures were $750 million to
Right.
get them to the negative $500 million mark.
What are they spending money on?
What's
Log
that?
cabin.
Did you see?
Apparently.
They bought 2 of those.
2 of those.
Those just don't grow on trees,
Well,
They don't have GIF peanut butter. They have the real stuff.
Every time you show it, you don't show the G. It's
Yeah.
bugging the hell out of me.
Oh, sorry.
could you shake it?
There you go.
Shake it.
Yeah,
I want someone to make a gif of the gif.
Oh my god.
train wreck. What just happened?
Water is everywhere.
It's not everywhere. It's just on the floor.
It's not everywhere, it's just on the floor.
All right, well, Gavin, what kind of pancake do you want?
An experimental mixture.
Fucking A. God bless you, Gavin Free.
Experimental mixture.
All right, you're getting peanut butter and banana.
Okay,
Good.
I'll take it.
Real good.
Nanas and peanut butter.
South by Southwest is next week. This sounds
is.
great for everyone listening. South by Southwest is next week. Have
Have
you
we
all?
talk about the stuff we're doing yet?
Yes, I'm gonna segue right into that.
Okay, good.
But I don't know if you've seen. There's this Game of Thrones traveling exhibit that's coming to Austin as part of South by Southwest.
Actually, can I cut you off?
Yeah.
Can you not mention this because I want to go to it?
Okay.
And I'm afraid if we talk about it, I won't be able to get
Did you
into
just
it.
call him Ashley?
Actually.
Ah.
Although, since I've started dating Ashley, I have noticed how much that name sounds like the word actually. And I hear her name all the time everywhere. When people say actually, I'm like, where's Ashley? Anyway,
So this.
But go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, this exhibit's only gonna be in 2 different places in the United States. It's going to New York and then it's coming to Austin.
What is it?
It's like a traveling exhibit filled with props from the show. And I think
cool.
one of the things they're going to have is I'm going to criticize it, but they're going to have an Oculus Rift set up along with Westeros.
Oh,
And you
that's
can
really cool.
look around and be in the world.
Are any of the actors?
I don't
coming
think it's just props and stuff.
Damn.
So you can stand in Westeros?
Yeah.
It's huge. Where are you going to stand? Winterfell.
The middle of nowhere. Oh, you're in the woods. Woo!
You stand in like a desert and there'll just be a bunch of signs pointing like 300 miles this way. Winterfell. Be crap.
you know what? I saw a spoiler image of George R. R. Martin the other day, and I'm not going to tell you what the spoiler was. I'll tell you basically what it was, which is I've read most of the books at this point, and I'm plowing through the last one right now.
Get some chocolate in there.
Shh. Listen, experimental, you said. I got this. All right, you want some chocolates? All right, but he had a sign say at some convention that he said, be nice to me, otherwise character name is next, meaning I'll kill them next.
Oh.
But then it was like, hey, how do I know that he doesn't, or that person doesn't die?
Right.
You know? And it's like a non-spoiler, spoiler kind of a thing, you know?
And that that character
Lives.
has lived to that point.
Right.
Or to the most recent point.
Which is kind of like all bets are off with this guy. So, anyway,
Well,
if you
he
see...
assumes that people have read his books, right? That are coming
Well,
to
what
see
are
him.
those people who are just fans of the TV show?
Which,
they're working their way
do you
through
think
the
that's the majority of the people?
Yeah, I think
right?
I think the TV show
okay.
is way more of
It's all
a
good.
huge
Gavin,
factor
don't look over here. It's good.
for that than the books were.
Yeah.
I think a lot more people have gone back and read the books now as a result.
That comes back in 5 weeks. Game of Thrones?
Yes, 5 weeks. I am
So
excited.
excited.
So yeah, that's I'm gonna. So but the way I'm thinking about it now is after South by Southwest, it'll be 3 weeks.
Ah.
So talk some more about what we're doing at South by, because I really want to talk about that stuff.
So eating a pancake. Next Monday, March 10th,
We'll be eating pancakes.
we're gonna have a live podcast. We're gonna do it at 5 p.m. instead of 7:30, and it'll be open to everyone. It's not gonna be sponsor only. We're gonna be partnering up with Shira Lazar, What's Trending, and be doing
Former guest on the podcast?
former guest. We'll be doing a live podcast with her, and we're actually gonna have Rosario Dawson stop by and be a guest on the podcast.
Yes, that is the plan right now. But these things are sometimes hard to schedule, and South by Southwest we're going quickly. But right now, Miss Rosario Dawson is scheduled to appear on the podcast next week.
Is that on location somewhere?
Yes, it's on location downtown Austin.
And anyone with the South by Southwest badge can come and attend.
Is that true? I don't know. I don't know what the access
absolutely. Line up now.
is. We'll link the information that they have on our linked up so that people can get caught up on it.
Yeah, Gavin.
Cheers, you
Here
boy.
is a delicious...
Give me a fork.
My microphone skills are terrible tonight. So this is a delicious peanut butter, banana, and chocolate.
So we're gonna have a busy night that night because we have that podcast we're doing with in collaboration with What's Trending.
Right.
And then later that night we're gonna be going and joining up at the Titanfall launch party.
Actually, after that, we're doing something else. Can we talk about
shit.
we're interviewing the cast of Silicon Valley.
Yes.
To the new Mike Judge movie.
That same
Or,
night?
Mike Judge TV show. Yeah, it's right after the Shira thing. Then from there, we go to the Titanfall stream for the launch of Titanfall.
Right.
That's going to be fun. It's
And
like
that-
simulcast between, I think the plan right now is South by Southwest and the West Coast. Mm-hmm. So that should be a lot of fun.
Southwest Coast.
We have a
We're all
busy Monday.
Huge fans of Titanfall.
Yes.
I'm most looking forward to Titanfall because I think that's going to be finally the kickoff for the next generation. Like we've been waiting for a title to come out. That and then when PS4, when Infamous Second Son comes out, I think then we're full
Which is
on.
pretty soon, isn't it?
They're
From a
both
second
really
son,
soon.
also
You can't
March.
have a
yeah.
next-gen title that's on the old generation.
I disagree. Like I think this will be a reason why people will potentially buy the system. You know, where I don't think they necessarily had that reason before.
Can I make the shape of my pancake?
Well,
God,
in the case of
please do.
Titanfall, they could still play it on the 360 too.
What's that?
In the case of Titanfall, they can still play it on the 360.
That's
as
what
well.
Gavin's saying.
Yeah,
Poor Gavin.
I'm agreeing with you.
Gavin has to repeat his statements a lot.
Why?
Guess what? Barbara is making her own shaped pancake. What shape do you think she's going to select?
It showed.
Wow, I never want to see anybody you've slept with ever naked. That is an impressively grotesque penis. Imagine if your balls were as big as your shaft, Gus. That's what she's ending up with here.
Wow. So that's what you're into, huh? Okay.
That's pretty impressive.
That's
But
actually pretty good.
can we go
Actually,
back?
you kinda saved it.
I'm a little distracted by the pancake making, which is a lot of fun. But I want to talk a little bit about that Ellen DeGeneres tweet. Oh, do you want to talk about the other thing we're doing next week? Is that finalized?
No. Well, we're doing something else next week as well. We
We maybe have a joint podcast with another well-known podcaster.
yeah,
which will be a lot of fun.
We'll be having news on that hopefully in the next day or two. We're
Which
finalizing those
also
details.
be at South by Southwest Gaming Expo, which
That's
is
this weekend.
this weekend, which is free and open to the public. So even if you're just in Austin and not,
I
at
believe
South
our booth is either 119 or 129.
by-
Do you
Okay.
want
It's
anything
one
in
of
your pancake?
those.
No,
Okay.
take it plain.
Straight up dick pancake. Okay.
Yeah.
But going back to that Liza Minnelli thing, I think that whole thing is a great metaphor for social media as a whole. Like telling people to retweet stuff and like doing calls to action and like how that's just like part of the language now, like constantly saying, oh, share this and and all that stuff. But that thing with Liza Minnelli is so, to me, indicative of what's going on with social media, where you have this thing where like you're constantly being presented with, you want the flip?
Yep.
Okay. You're constantly being presented with other people's lives, and like her struggling to get in it and then failing then becomes like this own viral incident that happens where people start saying, oh, look at Liza Minnelli and haha, and she got left out of this thing. And then that thing goes viral and she gets basically punished for trying to take part in it. And I think that's a huge thing. Like for social media, I don't think we know yet what the long-term impact of social media is on people, especially when it comes to like people with inclusion issues, which from what I've determined is a lot of people that are always worried about not being included
I
in
feel
stuff.
like now with social media, people feel left out no matter what because everyone's constantly looking at Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and seeing people having the best time possible because that's when they take pictures and they feel
Or that's what they
left
filter
out.
and show to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're the only person ever having a bad time, that
Yeah.
everyone else is constantly having
You're
fun.
constantly seeing the best of every scenario.
Can we all agree we've all been to parties that were fucking lame, but we see photos that people take in like the side of it or something, and it looks like a great time, and
Yeah.
you know it's not as fun as it looks like
Absolutely.
on social
Yep.
media. You agree with that?
happens.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
The only person I know who doesn't have inclusion issues is Ray. If Ray's left out, he doesn't care.
Do you care?
He-
Do you have that?
I mean, if it was all my friends, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You'd feel bad if you were left out?
I'd be like, hey, what's going on?
How come nobody invited me?
I want to eat this pancake.
All right, it's all yours.
Yeah, everyone has it.
You can make a whole new set of gifts with this, Babs.
Okay.
Babs gonna have her dick-shaped padonkunk.
It's a shame we don't have any whipped cream for that.
I got some cream cheese icing over here if you want that. Thank you.
Nice. Look, you're short to the camera? There you go.
That's kind of light.
There you
So, what won Oscars?
So Gravity
Frozen
won
one.
just about every category it was nominated in. I think it did not win Best Actress, and it did not win Best Picture.
And Kate Blanchett won, right? For
Best director, though,
For
right?
Blue Jasmine? Or whatever.
won Best Director.
Yeah, Best
it won
Director.
Best all the best sound stuff. It won Best Cinematography. I believe it won Best Editing. Like basically every technical award, it won.
It was technically amazing.
It was technically an amazing film.
I bought the Gravity Blu-ray the other day when it came out, and actually bought the like it comes with the 3D version. I was really excited about that. I was like, this is the first 3D movie I'm actually gonna watch in 3D on my TV. The Xbox One and the PS4 don't support 3D Blu-rays.
Really? Don't they?
Nope,
That sucks.
neither of them.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that's in the next gen consoles that seems like if these are going to be 10-year consoles, why isn't this built in?
They said they're gonna patch it in. Like the PS3 has 3D Blu-ray support, but the PS4 doesn't.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. So,
So that's
I-
easy to patch in, is it?
So yeah, so it's a separate disc. So I didn't realize that at first. At first I was really pissed off because you put the 3D disc in and it says like your player cannot support 3D discs, and you hit OK, and then it just like takes you back out to the dashboard. You're like, fuck this. So I was really fucking angry.
This is a really good pancake.
How's it
I
look
bet.
on Blu-ray?
Looked great. Looks real good. The best thing about that is I watched it with my wife, and then movie's over, credits come up. She goes, "We need a bigger TV."
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I know that movie's good, but we just really need a bigger TV to be able to watch that."
Awesome, dude.
I was like, "Okay."
I'm going to watch it tonight on my 100-inch screen. It's going to be top.
Brag about it.
Wow, fucking.
You have 100 in screen?
I do.
Fuck.
He's not
You have a
compensating.
very sweet setup.
I do.
in
It's
your little
perfect.
thing. Yeah.
It's perfect.
With the lights and everything.
Everything's
And now
easy.
you have a couch.
I do.
Great.
I acquired a couch.
You have the best setup in a room.
Couch.
Closet.
One room.
Hey, dude, of all the people who live in converted garages, you have the best setup.
It's awesome in there.
Of anybody I know.
I don't need much space. One room's fine.
It's perfect that you live in a converted garage because you don't have a car. You're not missing out on anything at all.
I never thought of it that
Wasn't
way.
that your resolution this year? To learn how to drive?
I think that was
Oh,
my
yeah.
resolution for it.
Yeah, that was Bernie's. Yeah, mine was to do something else that I didn't do.
You still have time,
Or maybe I did it. I can't remember what it is.
I thought it was to learn to drive. I thought that was your own.
man.
It might be.
that fuck- That's mine.
Yeah, I'm making you a cookie dough pancake.
I love it. That Kate Upton fucking zero G swimsuit
Yeah.
shoot was something else.
What?
You didn't see that?
Nope.
They put her in the vomit comment and did zero G Sports
Her
Illustrated
boobs were
swimsuit
like
stuff.
up here.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
That's forward thinking.
That can't
I
be
like
attractive.
I like there's people out there thinking of stuff all the time. It's like I don't have to think of that because somebody else did it for me.
I made this
Like they
joke
cured
before.
polio and they did that.
Yeah, but humans are attractive with gravity, right? That's the design of a human body.
Yeah.
Without gravity, it's going to be like, that's surely that's
It's like
not
that
attractive.
picture of the calm your tits. No.
0 G's for her double D's.
But since you're talking about home video, there's a crazy thing. I loaded up my Xbox the other day, and I saw Frozen was on the dashboard. This is like last week that you could already buy Frozen, and Disney's doing a big push for digital, and that's crazy to me. That movie's already on home video. It's a major Disney release. That movie came out in December, and it was available in February. And this week, it's still number 8 at the box office. It just crossed $1 billion, and it's for sale. It's for sale on home video.
No way.
Yeah, it crossed $1 billion.
That's ridiculous.
Which is crazy because when you look at that's the box office mojo number, that's a domestic total for the US, almost
mojo.
400 million. So about 600 million is foreign. The Lego movie just broke 200 million and it's got almost no foreign. It's got half the amount of foreign.
Has it not maybe released wide in foreign markets yet?
Maybe not, but the weird thing about that is it's not Lego's not a US brand.
Right.
So it's weird to me that it's not doing well
It's got
overseas.
it's got a lot of U.S.-centric stars in it, but I figure when you localize that for other languages anyway, you can use stars that are big in those locales.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy what does well in the quote-unquote foreign market. In other words, non-U.S. Like, last couple of years... I almost died talking about this. What's up? One of the franchises that did extraordinarily well in the foreign market was the Smurfs. I wouldn't think the Smurfs would be a huge... Did you grow up watching the Smurfs in the UK?
Yeah, it was on TV.
Yeah?
Smurfs and other old crap like Pink Panther and shite.
Pink Panther, wow. That's
cartoon.
pretty old school.
Yeah.
I watched Pink Panther all the time, and I remember when I got older and I heard Pink Panther, because it's like a mystery
It's a movie.
right?
Yeah, with Peter Sellers. It's
Yeah.
a classic.
And I heard
Yeah,
about
there's several
that,
of them, actually.
and I was like, why is it not a Pink Panther? What is this?
The Pink Panther was the name of a diamond in the first movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
was
what,
so
what
confusing.
came first, the cartoon or the movie?
The cartoon was based on the movie.
Right,
And they
because
had the-
in the opening credits there was a Pink Panther hopping
Right.
around.
Do you remember the theme
Blake
song?
Edwards usually did animated opening sequences. Can you name another Blake Edwards movie?
No.
10 with Bo Derek.
He's dead,
Blake Edwards is dead?
isn't he?
I don't know. I think so.
I think everyone from Pink Panther is dead at this point.
So those are old movies.
Speaking of which, I feel compelled to say that we were talking about Harold Ramis dying.
Oh, yeah.
Did we talk about that last
Yeah, we
podcast?
mentioned it.
Yeah.
Jack
What
talked
a
about
bummer,
it.
man.
Yeah.
What a bummer. That guy's brilliant.
He was 69?
Yeah, his disease that he died of sounds really, really terrible. I mean, it's just, terrible. It's never a good thing that somebody dies, but it sounds like he was really suffering from this thing.
Yeah.
Terrible. Anyway, total bummer, but Harold Ramis was a really funny guy.
Yeah, I think he shaped a lot of people in our generation. You know, a lot of his movies are classics. You know, I think there's not a person in the world who has not seen Ghostbusters.
And look, there's a whole generation of writers that's influenced by Stripes and Ghostbusters and Caddyshack and all the stuff that he made.
Man, I loved Stripes as a kid. It was the greatest movie in the world to me because you got to see girls wrestling in the mud with John Candy.
John Candy,
And as like a 6-year-old boy, I was like, this is the greatest movie in the world.
Was he wrestling in the mud?
Yeah.
Really?
It was incredible.
He also
but-
did Groundhog Day, right?
Hand me your plate. I'm going to give you this cookie dough pancake.
Toss it over there. Here, I'm going to read this while you get that ready.
You want another one?
Yeah.
What about you?
I want to remind... Here, let me read this. Shut up. I want to remind everyone this episode of the RT Podcast is brought to you by... Obviously, we're making an exception to healthy eating for Shrove Tuesday, our one podcast a year.
Dude, I'm mixing some Nature Box. What do we got?
You want
We got some gammy apple.
Yeah, Granny Apple.
granny apple?
Do you think they call it Gammy Apple?
No, I was making fun of the fact that it looks like it's a rotten apple.
Some,
Granny Apple.
I know, it's a Granny
apple.
Smith. I'm aware.
Right.
These might be
I'll do
good.
that. Yeah, let's do the
Yeah,
praline pumpkin
pumpkin
seeds. Why don't you open those for me?
Oh, those are actually really good. Those
It's-
would be awesome. Those would be fucking awesome in a
It's
pancake.
fun to eat something that looks rotten and gross, but it's amazingly delicious.
It's so good. Those
I
are probably
heard
my favorite things
that
they made.
you threw me under the bus recently when it came to Nature Box.
Oh, no, you ate out of his box.
No, that wasn't me.
We have a serious problem with this sponsor because every time a box shows up here, everyone tries to like sneak into it and take one of the bags out.
Yeah,
Everyone has their favorite
I
bags.
had one at my desk last time, and then when I brought it out for the sponsorship, it had already been opened, and
Well,
some of the bags
I
were
want
open.
to point out that when you brought it out, you were so proud of the fact that you got it before anyone else saw it, and that you had hidden it and it
Yeah.
was safe. And then you opened it, and there were like 2 of the bag tops that had been ripped off. That's all the person left.
Yep.
Like a raccoon had gone through.
So
it.
yeah, what
wasn't
I did
me.
this time was I hid them in another box, by my desk.
He was so mad. He was so mad. He was furious.
Yeah, so yeah, this time I had to hide it in another box, and I didn't open it. We opened it right here, right before we came on.
The only
on
time
air.
Burnie ever comes to visit me at my desk is to steal some of my Nature Box
It's
snacks.
absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
mad
it's
at
like
him.
she's like I gotta walk in there. Her office now that you're not in there. It's like the 2 atoms. So it's like walking into like a Lord of the Rings set with the 2 giant statues. You know, it's like I'm intimidated to go into that office to see Barb.
Aw.
I just stay out of all the offices off the lobby at this point. Basically, the conference room's a big pain in the ass now because there's meetings in it constantly. Achievement Hunter, you don't even want to bug them because they're shooting stuff all day long. And then the tech office is just a noisy mess.
Barbara and I are going to be reunited at the new office.
Yeah, we're sharing an office.
We're sharing space again.
Oh, are you really?
I think it's like a 20 by 20 room.
It's pretty big.
We're gonna sit at opposite ends of the room in the
Yeah, we
corners.
should just like glare at each other all day, just like angry faces. I'm gonna paint a frowny face on the back of my monitor with big old angry eyebrows that looks like me.
We should get some like sweet couches in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I so don't want to get involved with this because, like, no matter how much you tell people, don't worry about the space. Everyone have a space. You'll be fine. People are just still like,
Where am I sitting?
Every time the blueprints for the new office go up, everyone's all fussy about their space.
Apparently, they had to ask Gus if he was okay sharing an office with me.
Yeah, I okayed it. I allowed it.
Who's they?
What's that?
Upper management.
Oh. Yeah, people are weird.
Yeah, people are weird. People are
Gavin.
weird.
People
People
get-
like grapes.
People get weird over crap that's not relevant to them.
People really do decide to get upset about nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do the praline pumpkin seeds from Nature Box.
Is
You're
this
going
for
in
me?
pancake. You want this?
No,
Or
that's for
Gus
you,
wants
though.
it. You requested it, Gus.
I'll take it. Fuck it. Give me a
Want a little bit
pancake.
of peanut butter on this one too?
Sure. Bring it
Can I
on.
make special pancakes for you after this?
Sure, Barb. I
they-
will subject myself.
Are they going to look like dicks?
No, I actually have something else in mind.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Speaking of which, did you know there is a men's cologne that smells like woman's vagina?
Why would that be something that a guy would want to wear? Is that a preferable
I have
thing?
no idea. It's called Vulva. There's a commercial for it on YouTube.
This sounds
and it's
like
creepy
this sounds
as
fake.
hell. I looked it up. It's real.
It sounds totally
It's
fake.
called Vulva. Look it up.
So
No,
it's
why do you keep saying that? I'm not looking that up.
Why would you want that though? I mean,
it's
is that
clunge cologne.
have they shown that women smelling other women's scents?
I think
Minge
it's
musk.
kind of like a foreign thing, maybe. Like it's popular.
Fanny
in-
fragrance.
That should be their tagline. It's kind of like a foreign thing, maybe? Question mark.
Barb, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say you have a lot of experience with a vagina, but I have more experience with vaginas than you do. Like my
multiple vaginas.
Yes, I have a wider spread of vaginas that I've had
Literally.
experience with.
Did you not drink from the furry cup once?
No,
You didn't?
I'm gonna suspend my story. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I have never drank from the furry cup, Gavin.
Gavin and Barbara, you have the floor. Go ahead.
No,
That's like, would you wear a fragrance called dick cheese?
absolutely. I'm not.
Oh, what is that?
That's not even-
This looks like a guy holding in vomit. He just gagged.
it went down my throat.
I was
Tuna
trying to
fish.
If he
figure
was
it out.
smelling his finger, that would be too much. For
Yeah.
the that would be too much. That would be a step too far. That's classy.
What if he was doing this, but he was sniffing this one?
No, I don't get it. That's the thing. I brought it up because it's weird as fuck, and I'm trying to figure out who it's for.
No one.
This is gonna be good.
All right.
You're gonna like this. This is good.
Pancake
a
me. I'm
fatty.
still working on my other one, but I'll jump.
But-
I'll skip ahead.
As you were saying,
I'm just saying you can't pick one scent. I mean, it's not like
no.
orange.
They all smell different.
it's a variety.
It's like citrus.
Exactly. They would have to like find an average amongst all the scents, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
There's a wide spectrum. There's a wide spectrum.
Great. So I saw a story the other day about this Facebook post that apparently cost a family $80,000.
That was the other thing I was going to talk about with social media. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, I can't mean to come back to it since you were talking about social media earlier. Apparently, this family wanted age discrimination. Well, I guess they filed an age discrimination lawsuit against one of their former employers. The case was settled out of court, and the
He was
defendant,
like the chancellor of a school.
right? He agreed out of court to pay. I keep saying out of court. He agreed to pay $80,000 to the family who filed the lawsuit.
The school agreed to pay $80,000.
And one of the stipulations
me a
was
plate, Gus.
they could not disclose the settlement to anyone.
Very normal thing.
Right.
Very normal thing in any court case.
So
Non-disclosure.
I guess the people who won the case told their college-age daughter, who then made a Facebook post saying,
Mistake.
"My parents won their court case. I guess the school is going to be paying for my summer vacation in Europe."
With,
So-
with a picture, a selfie
Right.
picture, and all that stuff. Like, fuck it.
So as a
Wow.
result, the school saw the Facebook post and
all of her friends go to the school.
Right.
So it was passed around school because, I mean, it's like there's no way they wouldn't have seen this thing.
so then the settlement was thrown out. They lost their $80,000 settlement because the NDA was breached.
Can't they just sue again?
Oh, that's for you.
No, because it was already settled.
What do you mean, can't they? What's wrong?
The case has been settled.
I don't know. I mean, he was.
That is actually, though, that is the first time I've ever heard, and I'm sure it's happened before, but that's the first time I've ever heard of an NDA being enforced of any kind.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before. You want
Yeah,
the
I
red
guess
velvet as
so.
well? For coloring?
Maybe.
They're going to be tit pancakes, aren't they?
There you go. There's some red velvet.
Is that red? Okay.
It's a little dark. Might be ebony velvet. By the way, just so you know, I got the recipe for red velvet pancakes. Red velvet is chocolate with red food coloring. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's literally all red velvet is.
It worked.
And by the way, there's always a thing that happens. Oh, nice. What you're doing here is great. She's really an artist here.
That looks like. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Nice.
I know what she's doing.
I got
She's
it.
doing it in two parts.
Yeah.
3D.
Two of those.
I will need those.
You got it
But,
now? See what's going on?
You know what the new red velvet is now? Birthday cake. There's birthday cake flavored everything.
Yeah, I saw there were like birthday cake blizzards or something the other day.
There's birthday cake M&Ms now.
We came up with the best flavored thing in Target earlier. I came up with Chinese food milk.
It's
is
so
not-
gross.
I feel sick. Like
Gavin has never
just hearing that.
Gavin
Listen to
has
this.
never tried chocolate milk in his life.
I have
until
now.
until 30 minutes ago when the three of us were at Target. He had never tried chocolate milk ever, he said.
Ever in his life.
He was looking at it like it was the dumbest thing he'd ever seen in his life.
Had you seen chocolate milk before?
Yeah, but it's like something that a 6-year-old would buy. Like,
So 6-year-old Gavin never had chocolate milk.
no, I wasn't allowed it.
Why not?
Just had to have real milk, regular milk from a cow. I mean, nothing shits out chocolate milk, so...
Nothing shits out pancake either.
Nothing shits out milk. Period. Nothing happens except for maybe someone who drank a lot of milk.
Yeah.
And they might. Poor Gus.
God damn, man. I'm normally not queasy about that stuff. But Chinese food milk and... I'm out. This is really good, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
You want to do a callback to your sponsor now? Nature Box. It's not shitted chocolate milk. That's our best
Praline.
possible endorsement. But this social media thing with this girl who tweeted this is like, everybody makes those dumb fucking Facebook posts. Everybody does that. Everybody's guilty of making some, like, in your face, oh, I wish I hadn't made that post. But one of the dark things about social media is that, and the internet in general, is like, everybody fucks up, but occasionally we decide, like, the way we all fuck up, we're going to punish one person for it.
Yeah.
And they basically just reap all the negative karma of everyone across social media. And the best example of that is everybody in their life, every dude has at some point picked up a fucking broomstick and acted like it was a lightsaber. Everybody has done that. Everybody. And looked like an idiot doing it. One guy becomes globally ridiculed for it.
Star Wars kid.
The Star Wars kid. I mean, it's just like, and like this Liza Minnelli thing. It's like everyone's tried to get into a selfie and didn't make it in. You know what I mean? Or look stupid trying to partake in something and didn't fit in quite right. Nope, Liza Minnelli gets fucking, blasted and made
Was
fun
she
of for
really
doing
barated that badly?
that. Well, it's just like people are just retweeting it,
People
calling
pointed
her
out,
out.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When I'm sure every person calling her out has tried to do the same thing at some point in their life.
Also, they're not Liza Minnelli. So
Also, they're not Liza Minnelli, who's fucking awesome,
awesome.
by the way.
Awesome lady.
Yeah. Arthur is one of the funniest movies of all time.
That was 7-year-old Gus's favorite film of all time. Was Arthur. I fucking loved Arthur. I watched that movie so many times.
It is
I wanted to be Dudley Moore when I grew up, and I
movie.
think that's why I drink too much now.
I don't blame you. They made it look awesome.
Yeah, it seemed like the best thing in the world.
He played the best drunk ever. He makes you want to be a drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one scene where he's at dinner in the fancy restaurant, he's got the plate, he's just got the glass of whiskey. Like that's all he's got on his plate.
I remember thinking specifically, I wanted to do that when I got older. I remember that was a very pivotal moment. In
Did
film
you ever
for
do
me.
it?
Yeah, I've done it many times. What are you having for dinner, sir? This.
You're looking at it. Mm-hmm. All right, anybody else want another pancake?
Yeah.
So
Barbara, that is a work of art.
someone
Right?
on
Please hold
Twitter
them up and show.
asked a question. It's
There's Barbara's
well, let's show the
pancakes that she made
pancake
for me.
first.
Show it to the camera.
Oh wait,
Oh, wait.
I'll do the side camera.
Chocolate chip nipples is probably the best.
So
on top of red velvet.
So
Delicious.
Zero Alpha Hex asked, why does the USA place importance on domestic gross for films? No idea how well films do in just the UK. It's because movie studios typically just sell off the foreign rights to their films to different regions.
Depending on the size of the film and the size of the studio.
Right, so they don't make as much money on those. They may just make a flat fee for the foreign rights on it, so they don't make any money. And the US, though, they make all of that, most of that box office gross back.
And even though, it should be clear, even though the foreign market will sometimes be double what they call the domestic U.S. gross, bar none, the U.S. is still the single biggest market. It is what drives the movie industry. There's no market that really comes that close to the U.S.
Bollywood.
market. What's that?
Bollywood.
Not for ticket
Way
sales.
bigger.
No, for ticket sales. You think the Indian box office is bigger than the U.S. box office?
It's huge.
You're a lunatic. You're talking crazy.
All right, let me look it up.
Production-wise, they produce a lot more movies.
You know how much money Bollywood makes?
A lot.
Yeah. Compared to Hollywood, give me a fucking break.
More than
What's wrong
Hollywood,
with
yeah.
you?
Way more than Hollywood.
You watching the Bollywood Awards
Do you know how
anywhere?
many people there are?
Are they called the Hollywood Awards?
The Bollywood. I don't know. Yeah, no. You watching those anytime soon? With Liza Patel trying to get into a selfie or something
Liza
like that?
Patelli?
That's not racist. That's
The
a good
industry
name.
makes an annual
Liza
income
Patel.
more than
Real person.
$500 billion, Bollywood.
What?
Bollywood's at $500 billion, it looks like.
$500 billion a year? Mm-hmm. Fucking Avatar beat that.
No, it didn't. 500
$500
billion?
billion.
Oh, fuck. That's a lot of money. Never mind.
Fucking Avatar.
Y'all want pancakes?
Yeah, is anybody in there want pancakes? Monty,
Dude,
you want a pancake?
I'm waiting for my
Monty
second
just walked in time for a pancake. We got to make
make
it.
This is a
These are tit
boot
pancakes.
pancake.
Everyone,
You're
ladies
giving
and
away
gentlemen, that was Monty's hand.
You're giving away my other boob pancake?
Yeah. Look, it's all in the experience.
I can't make one from here.
I'm over here motioning to Kara. Normally, you don't see me in the wine.
What do you guys want? Anybody? Kyle, you want a pancake? What do you want? God damn it. You got a cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
Here we go.
I'm trying to see how that compares to the to Hollywood's yearly revenue.
$500 billion is more than the U.S. box office.
Of course it is. There's 2 billion people there.
They make $500 billion a year in Bollywood.
I'm trying to find a source for that number.
Liza Patel. That's who said that.
What is the plural of Lego?
Legos.
Nope.
What is it?
Lego.
Oh, shut up.
See, that's what I've always said, but then I hear people say Legos all the time.
Pick up all that Lego.
Lego pieces, though. You
No,
would
it's just
pluralize
Lego.
pieces.
Pick up all your Lego.
That's like saying sheeps. It's sheep.
No.
The plural is the singular.
Or fishes.
It's a brand name. I don't
Do you
know if
notice?
you can ever pluralize a brand name. Like, I have a bunch of Fords. Like, that'd be weird. I mean, right. We say Cokes.
What's the plural of
I drank
Lexus?
8 Cokes. What?
Lexus.
Lexi.
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 In the Lego movie, they never once say the word Lego.
Is that true?
Did you notice that? Have you
Because
seen
that
the
would
movie?
be like self-referential.
They're-
Because they are in a
yeah.
world that's a Lego world.
Yeah, but we're in a world of.
You know what I mean? So it's like they wouldn't have any awareness of Lego because it's their world, right? Like they even have fun with a bunch of other brand names like Exacto and
Yeah.
well, there's a specific one.
Craggle.
Craggle, yeah, that's a specific one. I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen an awesome movie.
It's
I
really
saw
good.
someone
It's really
complaining today.
Everything is awesome.
I'm glad you said that. I saw someone complaining today on social media that the film Gravity had been ruined for them.
Why?
That they hadn't seen it yet, and someone posted a spoiler, and they were upset. It's like, literally, that movie came out 5 months ago. What is the statute of limitations on spoilers?
You know, I was wondering too. Should we do like every week on the podcast? Do like this is now passing out of spoiler territory. Like
We
the
could be
following
the
things
official.
are expiring.
We could be the official the benchmark in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Let's
this
do
is
it.
now out of spoiler territory. Go see it now, right now, if you don't want to be spoiled on anything. Because next week, all bets are off.
Walter White. I got scared. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do
do
it.
it.
Well, some
That's
things
still
get,
too close.
Some things
No,
get
it's not.
so big. There's no
Same as
spoiler. I don't
Gravity.
think there's any major spoilers in that show.
I feel like
Everyone
with
acts like there is, but
Breaking Bad.
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to give that away either. It's like the whole, don't make me mad, or so-and-so will
No,
get
all
killed.
I'm saying is that there's like anything can happen in that show. So it's like, to me, a spoiler is like something you don't expect. Like Darth Vader being Luke's father. That's a
Shit.
huge spoiler, right? Huge spoiler.
Or Bruce Willis is dead the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the
Wait,
premise.
what?
That one got fucking spoiled for me before I saw the movie.
Dude, I got so lucky. I went and saw that Sixth Sense movie. I went and saw it opening night. And just because somebody else in our group said, hey, let's go see this movie, I was like, what, fucking Bruce Willis horror movie? Okay, let's go see that. And then at the end of the movie, I was like, that is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I was lucky.
Fucking asshole spoiler for me like 2 days before it came out. It was still the opening weekend, and it got spoiled for me. He's like,
remember
oh yeah, Bruce Willis is dead. the
when
whole time.
Jack
Like,
got
fucking thanks.
Skyfall spoiled for him. You were in the
we
room.
talked about that last week, actually.
Yeah,
Sure,
they
let's
did
talk
talk
about
about
that.
yeah.
I did not.
Well, I
watch
got the Game of Thrones thing from last season spoiled for me because
The Red Wedding?
Yeah, they said that's what the person said to me. They said, "Well, you're gonna love the season because I'm not gonna spoil it for you." But there's this thing called the Red Wedding. It's like I can't fucking figure out what that's gonna be. You know, so every time, and there's a lot of weddings in that show. Every time there was a wedding, I was like, "Is this it? Is this it?" You know, every single time. So, this is a good pancake, by the way. This one's looking good. Kyle's excited.
Monty said to come steal it from you.
I am excited.
Fucking A.
Hold
I
on,
flip it to you, but Monty will come in
flipped
ninja
it.
style and grab it.
It's halfway there.
Kyle, you get a paper plate. Sorry.
Are there really a lot of weddings? I guess there are a lot of weddings in Game of Thrones. I never thought about
Especially
that.
that last season.
Yeah. Always houses aligning and coming together.
Yeah, there's some
Great
weddings
show.
coming up next season too.
Yep.
People getting married all the time in that show.
We're doing something really exciting on Friday for Sponsor Cut with Kyle. We're doing a live Cards Against Humanity stream.
On
It's gonna be
Friday.
fun. On Friday.
That's not going to conflict with our South by Southwest presence, is it?
It is,
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure you had it into account.
but
You're
only the
all over
last
it.
hour of
All
it.
right.
Conflict in what way? Oh, we're doing a panel too.
Yeah.
You talk about that?
No, I didn't. We're
doing
doing
a
a panel Friday, 4:30 to 5:15.
Gus said, "Hey, do you want to be on this panel?" I said, "Do we get badges for it?" He said, "Yes, we get gold badges, which is like a $1,200 badge."
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm in, because then you get to go see movies and bands and everything else with it.
You're not going to do any of that.
What?
You're not going to do that.
I will do that.
But you
I
can put
wanna
it
have
on.
the
You can drink
option to
coffee
do that.
downtown. You'd be like, oh, I'm on the phone.
Gavin, I don't need you fucking up my illusion here. I don't need you breaking my illusion. So Gus said we have to have a panel. It's me and Gus and Michael, right?
Yeah, I think we're getting final confirmation on that. But
Okay.
yeah, that's the current plan.
Yeah.
But Gus said, hey, we have a panel, so we're just going to call it the Rooster Teeth panel. And I said, nope, we have to come up with a better title than that. So I came up with, Gus and I went back and forth on AIM. We came up with the longest, most ridiculous title for our panel. The title for our panel is longer than the description of the panel.
What's it
In
called?
fact, I haven't submitted it to them yet. I'm waiting until the last possible minute. That way they can't say no because there's no time to rethink a new one.
What's it going to be called?
Do you want me to spoil it, Burnie? You want me to read it?
Please. We got to announce it. We're announcing.
Let me look it up. The title is Alternative Careers in Gaming. The Science of Play Redefined as Art via Content Creation in the Ongoing and Evolving Paradigm of the Post-Network Media Environment. What does it mean to you? Featuring Rooster Teeth. It's got a colon, it's got parentheses, it's got a dash.
And you need all those words in
And they're
there.
going to have to put it on like one of those cards that goes up on the stupid tripod.
Can you stick an umlaut in there?
Oh, that'd be hard.
The only thing they would make it better is if they saw that and they put it in, but they just abbreviated the whole thing, like made an acronym out of our panel name. We need to see if that spells anything funny as an acronym. Oh, because that's all like South by Southwest panels. South by Southwest is a big film festival that happens here in Austin. It started as a music festival. Then they added on the film festival, which is a big film festival. Then they added on the interactive festival, which basically covers everything on the internet. I don't know how you can even do that. It's like, to me, it's like having a festival for things that are outdoors. It's like such a broad topic. And now they have a gaming one as well. That's like, they're trying to do some stuff with it. Trying to get some traction here in Austin. So that's the one we're participating in with our booth and our panel. But actually, the interactive one is the biggest one. It's
really?
it's way bigger than film and way bigger than music now.
Isn't the most expensive one?
It's also the most expensive one.
Yeah.
It's like $1,000 for a badge to go to that thing.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I think it's more expensive than if you were able to just buy like music and film independently.
Yep.
Just going interactive.
Did you know that you could come to RTX for only $80?
Only $80. Kyle, why don't you step in here and get to yourself this delicious
He's excited.
pancake.
Look at his little cheeky face.
Kyle kind of looks like Drake from Uncharted right
He
now.
always dresses like Jake from Uncharted. See, gotta
No
show
one-
him here. We went to an RBB meeting today because Kyle's one of the primaries on RBB production. I'm like, you gotta stop dressing like a Uncharted character every time we have a RBB Halo meeting. It's like his own personal protest. You want another one?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Just all chocolate, mint on it.
I'll make one for Monty first.
All
Monty,
right.
I got your back, dude.
What do you,
How is that
wasn't
boob
enough.
one?
Monty says chocolate.
Is boob great?
Red velvet? Sure. All right.
He's easy, man. He's just going with it. But yeah, I feel like every year we do this thing where we think that we're not going to be that busy for South by Southwest. There's not that much going on. And then as the event comes up, it's just like tons of stuff
At
to do.
least we're not hosting a party this year.
At least we're not hosting
Yeah,
a party
that's one
this
less
year.
thing we have to do.
Yeah,
was
I think
awesome.
it was it last week where I walked into your office and I was like, hey, South by Southwest is next weekend.
And I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah, you're like, get out of here. You look at your calendar, you're like, oh, shit.
Fuck.
It's like that time last week where Jack said RTX was 2 months away and you almost cacked your pants.
Man. Yeah,
I know it's not true, but you saying that right now, like, it made my lower half go like, ah, just now. Like, all my bits down here.
Did you release the cologne?
God bless you, Gavin Free.
high five. You got it. Right there.
Did you release the cologne?
Call it quits after that joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it. I got another sponsor ad to read, but
Well, I'm
we're
really
wrapping it.
excited about the potential of the second crossover podcast that we're doing.
Yeah.
It's always this dumb stuff, honestly, that we go round and around trying to figure out. But we don't. Honestly, we don't need to go to any South by Southwest parties because all you basically have to do is just hang out with Alan, and you'll go to like 15 parties.
All of them.
Alan is the man.
Yeah, it's like he's like a sorority girl. It's like he knows every single party where it is at all points in time.
Yeah.
It's just like, where are you going, Alan? And he's like, well, I gotta go to this party, then I'm going to this party, then I'm going to that party, then I'm going to eat dinner, then I gotta go to another party.
I looked at his schedule because I was seeing if he was available for something that I have to go to. And it was just like this event, that event, that event, like all staggered like that.
He's a
completely
mover
in
and a
row.
shaker, man.
And if it's like, oh, I don't know if we can get into this thing, he's like, yeah, let's do it. Oh, we're in.
Yeah.
Before we even blink, we're like in there at the bar.
He can really
Yeah.
do that well.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
shockingly scary. I
Yeah.
could never do that.
I could never
I'd
do
be
that.
like, oh, okay, sorry.
It's
Like,
amazing.
walk
I'd
away.
be like, all right.
Here's my, you know what? Here's my problem. I show up to an event and there's a line outside. I'm just like, nope. I don't even want to like. Alan will go, I guess, and I go, I'm leaving. I don't want to be. If there's this big a line outside, I don't want to be inside.
Everyone craps on you if you bust through the line as well. Like if you get pulled in.
You
like
did
we
that one
last year.
time.
Huh.
You just like did not even pay attention to a line one time. I forget what party we were at. It was at PAX East, I
Yeah,
think.
just do that.
You
Just
just
walk.
walked in.
Yeah, fuck
and
it.
I don't even think we were on the list, but you just walked in.
Yeah.
Damn. So we were having a discussion upstairs the other day.
We did that. Last time we had a party here, we had a party, and that night, What's Trending and Full Screen had a party like 2 doors down from us. And Shira said, come over to the party when your thing's done. I said, okay. I went over with Gavin, and I fucking hate that whole scene with these parties outside with these lines. Because Gavin and I went to go get in that party, and we were like, waved to the guy who was getting us in. Somebody came and met us at the door. The people in the line right there, if they could have reached us, they would have fucking killed us. In fact, they grabbed Gavin by the shirt. Yeah. One of the guys in the front was like, no. And like Gavin was not going to let Gavin
Well,
go.
it's because that was before they saw the guy trying to get us in. Like I was just going to walk straight in.
Right.
And then everyone was like, ah! And then the guy was like, come in. And then I got pulled under the thing. And as I went in, I just went,
It
felt
really-
awesome.
It looked like the scene in Titanic when they're trying to get in the lifeboats. That's exactly what it looked like. And it
Yeah.
was that frantic.
Get a grip.
I fucking hate that atmosphere. I really do hate that atmosphere.
So that kind of ties into what I was going to say. We were having this discussion upstairs the other day about Emily and I were trying to explain to Chris Martin about how saying that a party has free alcohol does not attract me to a party anymore.
Nope.
Especially during South by Southwest.
Yeah, because now it makes me think that place is going to be fucking crowded, and I do not want any part of that.
It'll be
It's going to be
heaving.
crowded and it's going to have a bunch of drunk people.
Yeah.
But drunk people are great.
Drunk people can be great.
Yeah, Arthur.
Not as a girl, I imagine, but as a dude.
No.
Yeah, as a girl, it kind of sucks.
Drunk people, like, there's windows where they're great. And it's like where you are, your windows have to line up.
It's like when you're playing Halo and you have a couple of bevs, you're like, I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
And then it just fucking goes to
You
shit.
have that 2-game peak.
Yep.
And it's toilet after
yeah.
that.
And you got to be aware of when you got to, like, hit eject and bail out.
Absolutely.
It is, it's true. It's like 2 windows aligning.
Yep. And if yours doesn't ever line up, you're like Gus.
Afterwards,
But your
it's
whole
like-
life is like
Yeah.
Gus, essentially.
Yeah. My windows have been in line for 36 years.
Afterwards, it's like trying to push a circle through a square. It just doesn't happen.
We've all been there.
So
least the
let me
vulva.
ask you this. What are you going to do at South by? Are you going to go to any of those events? Can we get you out of the house?
Yeah, I'm going to be at a lot of them. I have a pretty full calendar, too.
If we get Gus and Ray to the same event, that would be like
Hey, I go to more stuff than him.
finding a unicorn.
I bet they
at
both
the
do
same
lines
time.
of coke together.
What?
Because they're just so reserved most of the time. They just go mental.
You're insane. You're insane.
What's cocaine you go to? Why not like meth or heroin?
I don't know.
Well,
Well, coke is like,
Well, you know what it is? Everyone has a drug that they would never try. They like no matter what, they would just never try a certain
yeah,
drug.
I call it drugs.
And cocaine is that one for Gavin.
Hugs, not drugs,
I
Gavin.
wouldn't try anything. What's
Where's
that?
your bev? I was going to cheers you. Hugs, not drugs.
Alcohol's fine.
What is the absolute last drug you would ever try?
heroin.
Heroin? Yeah. That's a
think
big
so.
one for a lot of people.
My 23andMe specifically calls out heroin as something I'm more likely than normal to get addicted to.
Yeah, that's one of the things they flag in your genetics, whether or not you'd be more likely to get addicted to morphine-based drugs.
Really Moorish.
Yeah, I was more-ish.
What did I say?
More-ish.
Okay.
What did I say?
I'm agreeing with you.
I didn't say Moorish. Did I? You calling me out?
I did.
He did. I'm calling him out.
I said heroin's really Moorish.
I don't know what that means.
Like, you want more?
Okay, thank you, Gavin,
More-ish.
for contributing to this.
I thought you were trying to make fun of morphine.
Honestly, if you gave like you said, you put all drugs on the table and you said you have to take one of these, the one 100% of the time I would never take is LSD, because I would never want to put myself at the mercy of my own imagination. I wouldn't come back from that. I'm
terrifying.
positive if I took that, I would just be crazy for the rest of my life. I believe that.
try
crazier.
it.
If I ever took LSD. No, that's the whole point of this discussion, Barbara. So something's happening here. I feel like this is not as hot as it was.
It's not.
Didn't this happen last year? This happened last year. Remember, it turns off after a while.
Oh yeah?
You have to turn it off and back on.
Where the fuck were you 10 minutes ago? Turn it all the way down and turn it back up.
Or do we have to unplug it and plug it back in? Is that what we did last year?
What kind of safety feature is that?
I hate it when
cooked enough.
electronics think they know what you want.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I definitely remember we had this problem last year.
All right, turn that back up. Monty, yours is going to be a little bit longer. You're getting the easy bake oven
After
version.
5 years, someone's going to make a montage of every year that this happens, and we forget every single year.
It's true. It's true.
Let me,
best
let me
podcast.
read this thing here. I want to remind everyone that this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by...
My new favorite thing about this podcast, and I encourage everyone to do this, by the way, is when they take something that we've said and then just do a hard cut to something we've said that completely contradicts it.
Oh,
Like, someone
come
did this
on.
with you when Gus was like, Oh, it's that
The
time of
pumpkin.
year. I love pumpkins. There's pumpkin everything. It's like pumpkin coffee, pumpkin cakes, and then it just fades out and fades back in. I'm so sick of
It
pumpkin.
was like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, like 2 weeks apart.
Wait, you said that you loved it?
Once. I forget. I do the same thing every year where I forget. At the beginning of pumpkin season, like, oh yeah, pumpkin, fucking
Yeah.
awesome. And then like 2 days into that, you're like, fuck pumpkins.
Yeah, I had that last week where someone linked me to exact time code where I'm talking about how much I love mayonnaise, and then last week it's like, we're not really that into mayonnaise.
Yeah, you talked about how you love mayonnaise, and you were like so incredulous about it last week.
Well,
Is that
I
hitting
don't-
back up? Yeah, it's smoking,
it's
right?
coming, it's
Okay,
coming.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I feel like I was never that
Okay.
into mayonnaise.
Or salad cream.
Apparently, at one point you were.
I'm getting a lot of tweets about your nipple from last year.
Chocolate chips, baby.
Chocolate chip nipple. Oh yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be saying that?
No,
And a lot of
I
tweets
didn't.
about your nipple.
Not to millions of people. No, never thought that. Not my entire life.
I did.
Pancakes bubbling.
It's supposed to.
It's getting there. Yeah, that's the air coming up.
Yeah.
It looks disgusting. It's
That's
like a
when
little-
you. That's when you know
Monty,
you're supposed to flip
Monty,
it.
don't listen to him.
it's
Your
like a
pancake's
bunch of
awesome.
warts.
You're gonna have a slow cooked pancake. A lot of patience and love in this.
So
one.
people were asking if that panel we're going to be doing is going to be streamed. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll give information about that once we find out definitively. I guess we should probably make a post on the front page outlining all the different things we're doing.
Yeah.
For South by Southwest, all of the events we have coming
We
up.
have the gaming expo information already on the site, but not the other stuff.
Yeah, because
so.
that's listed as an event, right? Yeah. Well, we should put a schedule
Stream
up
it
of
yourself.
everything else.
Just do it on Vine.
Just do it?
Just keep doing 6-second videos. So one person doing it and then rotate. What's the longest Vine ever, do you think?
6 seconds?
The longest event Vined.
Like in short bursts.
Yeah, like someone taking over and it just constantly, like a never-ending Vine.
I
We
would
should do it.
imagine like
Like,
a concert maybe.
It would move from perspective to perspective. It'd be like a video. It'd be like a dolly,
Yeah,
like moving through the crowd.
yeah. It'd be a cool experiment.
I've seen people
should
where they do
absolutely
the
do
like rapid clicking and they get like
Monty,
Yeah,
his
like,
pancake's gonna be so good.
No, we should do that at RTX. We should have like a
See if we
series
can
of
get,
long
like, an
vines
hour-long
that
vine.
move through the crowd.
Yeah,
it's true.
I think it's a good idea.
Oh, that looks really good, except for the part you fucked up there on the
I
side.
didn't fuck anything up.
It'd be like a Mexican wave
perfect.
of vines.
Yeah, it would.
Monty's
That
adaptive,
actually does look
man.
good.
He's good with this.
He's not paying attention.
What's strange to me is how different that container filled with the red velvet looks like compared to the other ones.
Yeah, it looks all black. I'm telling you, it's just chocolate. That's all it is.
And red food color.
And red food coloring.
What is that?
That is cream
Yogurt.
cheese icing.
Oh,
Because I love you, Monty Ohm.
You gave me a bit of it and it didn't taste that good.
What's that?
It didn't taste that good.
Don't fucking ruin it for Monty.
cheese ice cream. Oh, it's gone all
It's
goopy.
good. Shut the fuck up, Free. You guys eat blood sausage in your country.
It
You're
looks
fucking
like
savages that
Ew.
worship the
Curdled
sun and have queens.
snot.
Do you ever think about that for a moment? Like you live in a country that worships a person as like the closest thing to God, like a queen. Like,
Worship the queen.
you do. You're a monarchy. Come on, admit
It's
it.
just like a figure.
What does that mean? She's like a figure.
It's just
Like,
She's a figure.
like a crucifix?
Oh, by the way, since we're straying into politics, how do you feel about the U.S. calling Russia out on invading countries without any kind of like cause or provocation?
Dude, there's... Yeah, I don't know,
Are we
man.
straying into weird territory here?
That's a fucked up situation. I don't think it's straying into weird territory. That's just a fucked up situation over there.
Right after the Olympics.
Poland piped out. Monty Ohm, for all that you do for us here at Rooster Teeth, here is a red velvet pancake with some stuff that looks really gross, but it's cream cheese icing that melted.
I think it
Delicious,
was both
Monty.
Poland and Lithuania said that they're concerned
What
about... no, I'm still working on these.
Kara, Patrick,
Oh, God damn
Sheena, do you want a pancake? What do you want? Chocolate?
God damn
That
it.
they're working... They're worried about the Russian buildup of troops.
I'll make you a pancake, Gavin. What do you want?
So how many troops are there? Is it 150,000?
What do you want pancake in your pancake? I like that you were
no
a
one's
country's
listening.
invading another country, and we're worried about what
I'm
Gavin
trying to
wants
talk
on his
about it.
pancake.
Pancakes are invading other pancakes on that thing. I
do
want
you, what do
all
you want?
chocolate and nana.
Chocolate nana. You like that the peanut butter banana one?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, good.
But just go mental with chocolate this time.
Is anybody going to use the syrup?
What do you want,
Other than
Patrick? You got a gift.
Gift banana. So, Texas Independence Day was the other day. And, like, what's
How do
happening...
you, as a Mexican, how do you feel about that?
I hate Texas Independence Day.
I thought that's all the
And-
Mexicans in Texas hate Texas Independence.
So I thought the current crisis in the Ukraine actually has some parallels to it for me, in that Russia has invaded the Ukraine, saying that they're moving in order to save and protect ethnic Russians. Isn't that the same thing that happened in Texas, where there's like all these white settlers came into Mexico, and then the U.S. got concerned and was like, oh, well, we're just moving in order to protect our people who are there.
Yeah, but look, Mexico invaded and took the country from your country from the Incans, not your country, but the Mexicans.
Technically, they took it from the Spaniards, who took it from from some natives.
The Mexicans took it from the Spaniards?
Yeah.
Who were the Mexicans before Mexico?
The Mexicans are the result of Spaniards and the natives.
So you're saying the Mexicans took it from the Spanish who took it from the natives?
Right.
Who are the Mexicans?
The Mexicans are made from the Spanish and the natives.
So you're saying the Spanish came...
Spanish are like people from Spain. Mexicans are the people born here
So Spaniards shagged all the natives and made Mexicans.
and made Mexicans.
That
yes.
was the dumbest logic you've ever used in your life.
No,
That's
it's
like
perfect. It
planes
makes
on a
perfect
treadmill.
sense. Makes perfect sense. Like people talk about how the Aztecs and the Mayans are extinct. No, they just got fucked into Mexicans
Why did Why do they speak Spanish?
because that's what the Spaniards spoke when they came over.
What
It's
do
like
the
why
natives speak?
You're
Americans
saying
speak
they're
English.
not
The British
Spaniards.
came over.
You're basically saying the children of the Spaniards aren't the Spaniards. That's what
Correct.
you're saying.
Correct.
That's not...
So, wait,
the children,
Just
the
like people
children
who
of
were
the
born
Texan
here in
settlers aren't
1770
Texans?
are Americans and not British.
What are the Spanish people that shagged each other in Mexico called?
I guess they're Spaniards. I don't know. They must be, if they're born here, I guess they're Mexicans.
But they're not real. They're Spanish.
They're not real,
But they're not real Mexicans if they're...
I guess.
Because you said a Mexican is like a hybrid.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about Spaniards and Spaniards.
Yeah.
My favorite.
We're having this
One side
conversation.
over
Who
there.
was the first American?
Who
What's
was the
that?
first American?
Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Barbara Sutcliffe. What did I say?
No,
Barbara
she was
stopped playing with the
she was
cap. She was
clicking the
clicking
cap
the
into
cap
the
into the microphone. The first American. I don't
First
know.
person born on America who wasn't a native of America.
I don't know. Is this a trivia question? Do you know the answer to this?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I don't
no,
think there
I
is
don't
one.
know.
It's not like a famous person of history.
Yeah.
I don't think it was recorded.
I had a tough weekend with my kids. They were fucking hitting me with stuff all weekend. One of them wanted to know what's every star. We were looking at stars and we were naming them and like talking about like Alpha Centauri and different stars. And then
How many stars do you know?
I know a few. We were looking them up too. I don't know all of them.
What is the
Clearly, I don't know the infinite number
What
of
is the
stars.
middle of Orion's belt?
So the question they asked me was, "What's the name of the sun?" I was like, "I don't know." I saw
Yeah,
Sol.
Sol.
That's what he
S-O-L.
said. Oh, it's Sol. So I just know that basically from science fiction. But is that the name of the sun? Is
Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
Saul Goodman.
Is that where the French word soleil comes from? Woo.
Or the Spanish sol.
I need a plate for she.
Or the Italian? Don't know.
You don't know it?
No.
You know any Italian?
Ciao.
Very good, Gavin.
So
was right.
this is hey Sheena, here's your pancake. Here's your chocolate.
You broke Barbara.
What's wrong with Barbara?
There you go. And then Patrick.
wanted Jif and banana. No, Jif and peanut butter. No, Jif and banana.
Gif.
Jif and banana.
Gif.
Get it right.
Jif and banana.
pronounce
said
it correctly.
Jif and peanut
Gavin,
butter.
here's your chocolate loaded pancake.
Is there nana in it?
She was supposed to make it.
Did you put
Yes,
nana
yes,
in?
there's banana.
You didn't let me make it.
There's banana. There's banana in it.
Thanks, boy. Appreciate it.
Were you not going to eat it if there was no banana in it?
Well, I requested it. I mean, I was going to send it back to the kitchen.
And my kid, no joke, this actually happened. My kid finally made the transition, one of them, where we were playing the Lego movie game. And we were at the part, this is not a spoiler for the movie, we were in Lord Business's artifact museum where he has stuff from the real world, basically.
Yeah.
All that funny stuff that he names. And in the game, you have to do these things called master builds, where they take 3 things and tear them apart and make something new. And we had to do a master build in that room. And there was a rubber band, a highlighter, and a 3.5 inch floppy disk. And he said, this is Teddy, he goes, grab the rubber band and the marker and the giant save button.
Wow.
He referred to
Wow.
he referred to the floppy disk as a save button. And
It happened. You've been
Yeah.
calling it for a while. You said it was
have.
going to happen. It happened in your own fucking house.
It happened. I stopped him and I go, wait a minute. I go, what is that? He goes, that's a save button. I said, no. I go, what? You don't know what that thing is? He goes, I don't know. I go, what is it? I said, it's a floppy disk. He goes, what is that? He thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever heard of in his life.
So was there a situation where where you pointed at like a play button? He goes, no, it's just a triangle.
No, but somebody was telling me today, I think it was Anna, Matt's wife, was telling me that she saw a video online where they were doing flashcards with a little girl, and they were holding it up, and they said, what's this? And they go, 5. They hold it up, she goes, what's this? She goes, 8. What's this? That's 7. Then they hold up another one. They go, is 11? They go, what's this? She goes, pause. She thought 11 was pause. And she's arguing with her dad. That's not 11, that's pause. That's what she thought it
Dumbass.
was. I got to mix up some more batter here.
So apparently we're getting retweeted this repeatedly to us. Virginia Dare was the first child born in the Americas to English patients. She was
Virginia
born
Dare.
August 1587.
English patience.
Were they born in Virginia?
You just said English patience.
English parents.
You have Oscars on the brain.
I got Oscars on the brain. To English parents, she was born into Roanoke Colony, which is now in North
I
Carolina.
was going to say Roanoke. Yep, that makes
I
sense.
was in Virginia.
Is Roanoke the one that disappeared?
Is it Roanoke that disappeared? They wrote Krakatoa on the tree. This is actually one of Matt's favorite stories from history, so I should know it. But it's a colony that just up and disappeared.
Yeah, this was the one, Roanoke.
Roanoke,
They
yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah, like they went away, they settled, and then the explorers went back to Europe. Then when they came back, everybody was just gone. Just completely gone. They never have any idea what happened to those people. And there was, was it Croatoa? Something was written on the tree.
Yeah, I think that was Croatoa or something weird was written on the tree.
Something cryptic.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. They were taken by the White Walkers, which in the books are called the Others. But I see after Lost why they changed it.
They also call them White Walkers in the books as well, don't they?
Well, the White Walkers are the corpses that revive,
Right.
but the Others are the thing. They never say the Others in the TV show.
The whites, but they're not spelt like white.
Right, the W-I-G-H-T.
Yeah.
Do we keep hearing thunder?
That was lightning
you know
before.
you know what the forecast is for tonight?
What?
Thunder snow.
That's not a thing.
That's a total thing. We have a forecast in Austin for thunder snow.
I thought that was the most epic
Why are
thing.
there are these new weather phenomena that never existed when I was a kid? I never heard the term thunder snow until like 6 months,
What does it
maybe a
even
year
mean?
ago.
There's just two things.
Thunder
that
and
happen.
snow.
That's
Right.
like you're saying there can't be two types of weather.
But no, I'm saying that no one had ever said the forecast was thunder snow.
It's true. Like if somebody said there's going to be a snow hurricane tonight, you go, what? What's a snow hurricane?
And then you'd say, oh, it's just two different types of weather put together. What, are you stupid?
Not just a snowstorm.
Yeah, but it's snow with thunder
Yeah.
and lightning.
You know what'd be the coolest thing ever? A lightning tornado.
They have lightning tornadoes. What are you talking about? Lightning's part of tornadoes. They don't,
An electric tornado.
are tornadoes part of, like, you have no tornadoes in Europe, right?
I don't know. Not in England.
Yeah, you
You get
don't
like little
experience them at all?
hurricanes sometimes.
want
Never
this?
seen a tornado.
I'm making
There's hurricanes in England?
Yeah. We have
I want
hurricanes.
to shake it.
Wow, that's crazy. I thought the water would be too cold there.
I didn't know that hurricanes and typhoons were the same thing.
Yeah, just if it's Atlantic or Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, why did they do that?
Just to fuck with you.
Do you also notice, do you know that they name, you probably do know this, but they name hurricanes alphabetically.
Yeah.
So when you get down to like,
Didn't Gus go by recently?
Yeah, that's like 3 or 4 years ago.
Didn't Esther make a video out of it?
She did.
It's amazing.
you know what, and I'm a believer in climate change. Like I believe that's actually taking place. I just think that the way that environmentalists,
Dripping all
the
over
way they
yourself,
present
Barbara.
that stuff, yeah, you're dripping all over your leg there. That's pretty nasty. The way that environmentalists present that is completely wrong. What are you drawing? You're perverse.
It's an F.
It's a terrible F. You get an F for making Fs.
I feel kind of sick.
But I think the way they present that stuff, Gus, is completely wrong. Like they always try to say, like, let's save the planet. We don't need to save the planet. The planet's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is the planet's going to destroy us.
Right.
Basically,
It's
the
like
planet's,
you
the,
think
planet, the planet's going to go, oh, you guys are fucking up. I'm going to heat myself up about 20 extra degrees and burn you guys off like a fever.
Yeah, it's exactly like a body with a fever. Your body gets hot and kills stuff that's not supposed to be in there.
So I
what
think
the world is
they
doing?
get a lot more traction if they said, let's not save the planet, let's fight the planet. Because basically the planet is trying to kill
Or
us all the time.
let's save us.
Yeah.
Let's not fight the planet. Let's just save us.
Nah,
What
people
physically-
need an adversary.
What is the planet doing to kill us?
It's changing its climate.
It's not the planet doing that.
Yes, it is.
It's us doing it to the planet, or it's a side effect of our actions to the planet.
No, we're pumping stuff in the atmosphere, and the planet goes, all right, well, here comes the temperature's coming up.
No,
my,
it's just-
my atmosphere's blocked.
That's just what happens when you put that in the atmosphere.
Exactly right. It's the way the planet reacts.
But the planet's not. The planet's just a ball of rock.
So let me ask you a question. When a virus invades your body, is the virus raising your temperature, or is your body raising temperature? It's just the way that the system reacts to what's going on.
Excellent point.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. We're on the same page.
And so I think especially with a lot of people who are conservative and don't like the idea of being hippie-ish and, saving the environment, you're not saving the environment. You're saving yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what you're doing. Which is weird, too, because it's always struck me as weird that the environmental movement is like a liberal hippie movement when most conservatives are hunters and outdoorsmen.
Well, yeah, I would say that most outdoorsmen identify as conservative. Yeah.
And like they understand properties of conservation and all that. And so it's like, why is there such a disparity between those two things?
Yeah.
You'd
think there'd at least be some overlap, like a Venn diagram, but it doesn't seem like there's really any
there is.
overlap in those groups.
Yeah. And I know people are going to tweet at me and say, well, the environmentalist kooks are taking away jobs because they're putting a lot of restrictions and all that stuff. And I get that. I mean, I get what people are saying there.
I read that the EPA came out with a new guideline today talking about how they want to severely reduce sulfur emissions from vehicles by the year 2017. And oil companies are upset because they're going to have to rework their manufacturing process to bring sulfur levels down in gasoline appropriately. And the estimate is that they would have to spend $10 billion redesigning their refineries in order to... Industry-wide, they would spend $10 billion.
$10 billion industry-wide.
In order to get up to this new code.
And what percentage of their yearly revenue is one company's $10 billion?
That's a fucking drop in the bucket for that industry.
A drop in the bucket.
Especially Bollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like, and it seems
Avatar
like,
did $10 billion.
it seems like it's such a no-brainer. It's, less sulfur in the air. It's healthier for people. It's a very small cost of their profits. Why wouldn't you do it?
You could also argue that the jobs to lower sulfur emissions and the research that's necessary to do that would create jobs.
Yeah.
To do all that stuff.
I don't think the planet would kill us. I think humans would evolve and stay on it.
Listen, I don't think I think you're right. I think humans, even in the presence of like a meteor striking and blocking the atmosphere, I think a human or two is going to survive.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting rid of us.
Right, but we're not going to have
resilient
giant cities and airplanes. It'll be a very different world.
On a planetary scale, we are such vermin.
We are horrible.
Vermin.
We're horrible. It is free will and just ingenuity was that was the perfect recipe for just like the most aggressive dominant species. It's just ridiculous. I wonder if there's life on other planets, I wonder if any planet will have a dominant species the way that this one does.
Or a species that is ruining it so badly for themselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could argue that's what the dominance basically is. Thanks. Barbara gave me a nice message.
Did anyone make Patrick his pancake?
Fuck you. I was trying to, but then Barbara took everything away from me.
You kept Patrick from getting his pancake in order to make a fuck you?
No, that's his pancake.
No, I would never say that to Patrick.
If humans were
Burnie.
smart, I think they would learn to eat cockroaches.
Gross.
As what?
If humans were smart, we would learn to eat cockroaches.
We eat cockroaches.
Yeah, but like as a
willingly.
regular food, like everyone eats them. Because they're the only thing. It's going to be humans and cockroaches. They're going to be the survivors.
How long-term strategy do you have here?
I thought you were making him a pancake.
All right, take it easy.
Not you,
guys.
him,
Calm
her.
down.
Him.
Calm down.
I'm just trying to make sure he gets his pancake. He specifically asked for it.
What do you want, Patrick?
He
Was
wanted
it
GIF,
and
bananas.
All
banana.
right, here's gift. Or here's banana.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not doing shit for whoever else you just said.
Here is GIF. And I think the bananas.
Aren't there Jif bananas?
What?
Isn't that a brand of banana?
Yeah.
No.
Do you have
Bananas are getting a little kind of mushy here.
Do you have different brands of bananas in the UK? Like here we have like Chiquita, what are the other ones?
Dole?
I don't know, I
Does
went to
Del
the-
Monte sell bananas?
Sure, why not?
I went to the supermarket and it was just you had one from Costa Rica or you had one from the Caribbean.
Like they weren't labeled with brands.
Nah, one had a blue label, one had a green one, but they were just Waitrose bananas.
Huh.
And they had some bugs in them, dude. Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
Like you'd open up a banana crate and there'd be shit in there?
The instructions were when you found a living bug in bananas, you had to catch it and catch it in a cup so they could send it off for tests while the pesticides didn't kill it. There were some nasty bastards, like things like this big. And the way you pull a banana out of the box, you kind of ping it out. So like whatever's sat on a banana just goes like flings into the air. Customers were terrified.
You would do this out like in the supermarket?
Yeah, I'd just be stacking. I'd be like, and then like a bug would fly off and like land
Here's
next
what I
to
can't
some woman.
imagine. I can't imagine the scenario in which the bug flies off and Gavin follows procedure and gets a cup out and like catches a live bug.
Did you
No, the way
render-
it was it happened all the time. The bananas were right next to the olive bar, so I'd freak out. I'd drop the bananas. All the customers would be like, "Woo!" And then I'd run to the olive bar and grab a little pot and just like dive across the floor and trap it.
Are there
I
any
was a
bugs
hero.
you're afraid of?
You were here.
I'm really scared of cockroaches. They're gross.
The ones
I
in
can pick up
Austin
spiders.
are totally different than any other place I've seen. They're
way-
like this big here.
And
The
they-
way you just
they
describe
piss.
English society, like that little slice of English society, it's like
Woo!
we're a long way from the Blitzkrieg. I mean, it's like that is like the most traumatic thing that happens to anybody in England.
They're weird.
Little bug. You know what's the most dangerous fruit to unpack from everything I've seen?
Starfruit.
Grapes.
Grapes?
Grapes
Grapes.
have black widows in them. Like on a regular basis, people get black
Never
widows in
saw
their
a black
grapes.
widow.
You ever seen a black widow?
Not on grapes.
Yeah, I always see like posts of that places where I was at this store, I got some grapes, and there's a little black widow that came along with it.
Then I died.
I've ever told you there was at my old job, I used to have to travel a lot to different locations around the U.S. There were the different manufacturing plants.
Ah, yeah.
And one of the times I had to go up to this manufacturing plant out in the middle of nowhere in Minnesota as a small town called Sleepy Eye. And they had this giant manufacturing plant. They printed up calendars there, like almost every calendar in the U.S. Anyway, as part of this process, they have these giant barrels with like some kind of powder in them that a guy needs to go over and get, and then like scoop the powder out into one of the machines. Except that the barrel with the powder was always filled with Black Widows.
Oh my god.
What?
So there was like one guy who worked there who Black Widow bites didn't bother him for some reason.
Has he been bitten so much?
I don't
that
know. So it's like that was his job. His job was to go get the shit out of the Black Widow barrel and then put it in the machine. They're like, oh, we need some more of that stuff. Go call Bill.
I imagine all the Black Widows in there, like, see him as kind of a challenge. It's like, right,
Yeah.
all bite him at once. See if we
you
can
just, like-
if we can take him down.
You just like open it up and just start like swatting the Black Widows away and be like,
mental.
oh, there we go.
That is mental.
That guy has job security though. Who's gonna fire that dude?
Yeah.
We need to make a new position. We need to hire for this
Yeah.
position. Must be okay with Black Widows.
Are there Black Widows in
With
Texas?
Black Widows biting you on a constant basis. What's the guy's name? Bill?
Yeah.
Whatever?
Yeah.
What could that guy do to get fired? It's like, hey, I was in the break room and some guy came in and didn't have change for the vending machine, so he kicked in the front window and pulled out all the chips. It's like, fucking who did that? Bill. It's like, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good.
Let's get a new vending machine.
Yeah, it's like it'll be. What kind of chips did Bill get? Thunder snow.
Ooh.
Wow, you hear that?
That was
Yeah.
a loud one.
So
Getting
we
closer.
really can't go late today because I'm a little concerned about all the crew driving home after this.
So-
we're going to be wrapping up in about 12 minutes.
Here we're talking about climate change again. It is hard to ignore how much things have changed. Like it
It
seems like our
happens in
summers are way
waves.
hotter and our winters are way colder.
What the hell is
cycle.
going on with Austin right now?
We cannot stop getting cold weather. Like we'll have a totally normal week where it's gorgeous weather, 75 degrees, 80 degrees, and then it drops to freezing again. Like we're gonna get 3 inches of snow tonight.
Supposedly, we'll see. But either way, it's going to freeze.
That will be the third time it snowed in Austin this year.
Right. And normally that's like...
I've been here 20 years. It snowed here 6 times total, and 3 of them were this year.
The only thing I'm annoyed about is that Dan thinks I'm lying about the weather in Austin. Like I always say,
Every
you
time
know,
he comes...
always
beautiful.
yeah,
comes
I
when
always
it's
say
like
like
that.
there's never a cloud in the sky. It's always blue. It's always hot. Every time he's been, it's dropped below freezing. We had a shoot where we got splashed by water the other day. It was freezing.
He was here for RTX last year.
Yeah,
He
that
saw
was-
the heat.
That was the one time.
Yeah.
The people who, when we go to PAX in Seattle, they also tell us the opposite. They say, you are coming on the nicest weekend of the year. This
PAX
is
last year was phenomenally
This is
nice.
as good as it gets, and it lasts one weekend.
Seattle in August is amazing.
It is amazing. It's really amazing, and then you leave, and it's all darkness and rain, and that's it. Patrick,
we have Patrick's pancake.
you have a Jif and banana pancake.
I think he said someone else
GIF.
wanted some Nutella shit. I don't know.
Edward wanted something. Edward, what do you want, buddy?
I don't give a shit.
Nutella and bananas. Nuddle and banana. Noodle banana.
I thought
Can
he
you get him
said...
a fork down there,
I
Babs?
thought he said tomatoes. Just
Found
to
out
walk around
recently
the
that
cameras.
if you get bit by a snake, you have to keep the snake.
What?
What?
It's like, why do you have that pet snake? Oh, it's a funny story. He bit me about 5 years ago.
What's so funny?
Like it owes you a life debt.
Why do you think that would be the case?
To keep this snake. I'm just imagining forever. Like you were like 80. It's like, why do you have a pet snake? It's like, it bit me when I was 12.
Apparently, anti-venom is only applies to that kind of snake. You can't give the wrong anti-venom, otherwise it makes it worse.
I also heard
So you
they
have to get the
stopped
snake.
stocking antivenom places.
I think certain antivenoms are no longer produced.
Yeah, they're just like, it's not
think-
cost effective, so we're just not going to make them.
I want to say was it a cottonmouth?
I want to say it's a snake that's relevant to Texas, so that might be a cottonmouth, or it might be a coral snake,
might be coral snake.
because we have those
Yeah.
in Texas as well.
Well, we're
No,
wrapping
this is
up.
awesome. Let's keep going. Let's fight through it.
We're wrapping
Us and
up.
the cockroaches.
Thunder snow!
Thanks
scared.
everyone for watching. We'll be back on Wednesday with an episode of The Patch. Next Monday we'll be streaming live with What's Trending at 5 p.m. for everyone, not just sponsors. So come back Wednesday, come back next Monday.
And Friday, sponsor stream.
And Friday
Happy
sponsor stream.
Shrove Tuesday, everybody. Eat your
Have
fill
a
of
lovely
pancakes.
fast.
Bye.
I love you.
It's podcast time. Come on, grab your friends. We're gonna listen to some drunk ramblings. We got Gus, Joel, Jack, Burnie, and sometimes Gavin. Listen to the fun they're having. It's podcast time. It's podcast time. Come on, grab your friends. We're gonna listen to some drunk ramblings. We got Gus, Joel, Jack, Burnie, and sometimes Gavin. Listen to the fun they're having. It's podcast time. It's podcast time. Come on, grab your friends. We're gonna listen to some drunk ramblings. We got Gus, Joel, Jack, Burnie, and sometimes Gavin. Listen to the fun they're having. It's podcast time.
I have no dick!